Listen, y'all, be watchful in this hour. I was led to make this video, so I ran outside, right? Be watchful in this hour because the enemy is going to try everything he can to bring you back to a place that God already brought you out of, okay? So a couple weeks ago, I made a video about how somebody close to me had attempted witchcraft on me. God revealed it to me. If you know, you know. If you're a seer, you understand. God will show you things, right? So God revealed it to me. Also, just like we say with the spirit, like in the spiritual laws, as far as, mass media, etc., they have to put it in your face. So this person told me a skewed story about how they had done it on somebody else and it backfired. But for me, I had already, like I said, God had already revealed it to me. So I already knew what that meant. I'm not going to go back into detail about that story because there's a point, right? So I was really going into the new identity, the God identity, the identity that God had destined for me since I was in my mother's womb, right? But as a child, it's like people are sent to you because the devil, Satan, already knows who you are, right? You might not know your spiritual rank in the spiritual realm, but the devil does. So they will send people that look like friends, family members, and they'll be smiling, right? So I feel as though this was my time, like, with this new shift, etc., it was my time. However, due to me grieving that friendship, grieving, not understanding witchcraft and bringing that to light, now I'm like in a spiritual kind of like psychosis. I'm scared. I'm in fear. It was lowering my frequency, right? So I jumped right back into my old ways. I had really gone natural, wanted to really just be very spiritual, got into grounding myself and just like being okay with being who I am at the core, who God destined me to be, right? Soon as that stuff happened, I went through a major, like, what do they call them? Embarrassment ritual or whatever, a smear campaign. It was all connected to this same person, right? So fast forward, I fell right back into my old ways. I got a 30-inch bust down. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with a 30-inch bust down. But what I'm trying to say is do not allow the enemy to force you into a place that you've already outgrown, okay? Be watchful in this hour. Be isolated in this hour, I would recommend, because I just seen a video on here too where there were literal demons at clubs jumping into other people, like stealing other people's bodies, right? Y'all gotta watch that video. But in this hour, the devil is looking for pure souls. He is looking for pure people. He is looking for those with those genuine hearts, the chosen ones, the star seeds, the ones that God put his hand on at birth. So be watchful in this hour and do not return to your old ways. Do not be like Lot's wife and do not turn into a pillar of salt. This message is for a whole bunch of collective people. Please be watchful. And if you think it's happening and if you think that about that person, it's right. Trust your pattern recognition, trust your intuition, and trust God, okay? I love you so much. Have a wonderful, prosperous day. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. It may form, but it won't prosper.